Rebecca from Southampton, England, writes to me. He says, oh, she says, sorry. Hi, Paul. You talk about this 100,000 year cycle. And if that's true, wouldn't we be entering an ice age with glaciers and all already? And I think that is a wonderful question. So this, in the book Eemians, we take you back, in book 2 anyway, we take you back 100,000 years to meet these modern, technologically modern humans called Eemians. And as I've said before, we know the Eemians were just like us, anthropologically, physically like us, same brain size, looked just like us. That's when Homo sapiens, 120,000 years ago, first appeared upon the scene. And that's during a warming period called the Eemian, which is very much like our current warming period called the Holocene. So they're about 100,000 years apart. The cycles that Rebecca is, he's old in his memory, that Rebecca is talking about is called the Milankovitch cycle. And I don't remember his, you can look it up. All this studying that I've had to do, research, hundreds and thousands of hours of research, it goes in one side, I glean what I need out of it, and it goes out the other, because, look, I'm an engineer, I'm not a scientist. But I do my best to get all the facts correct. Anyway, it is called the Milankovitch cycle, and every 100,000 years or so, the orbit, I believe it's as we go around the Milky Way or around the sun, something or other, in our orbit changes, and the Earth goes through 100,000 year or so period of glaciers. The Earth is covered in glaciers. And then to this Milankovitch cycle, we go into these brief warming periods of about 20,000 years. We are currently, I think if I remember right, approaching that point. It's 12 to 15,000 years, so maybe there's another 5,000 years to go. I don't know how accurate this cycle is, but we know the last time it happened in the Eemian, it was about the warming cycle was about 20,000 years. And then something mysterious happened, which is part of the basis of the book. Greenhouse gases came up, nobody knows why. The temperatures rose, it melted all of Greenland, some of Antarctica, seas rose, and for those humans that were there, that climate crisis was no doubt a real disaster, because when you raise temperatures up to the point where all the ice melts, which is what we're currently working up toward. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but, hey, let's see if we can't do something about it now to save people in the future. If that happened, well, it did happen back then. We don't know why it happened. And the book supposes that these Eemians, which we know existed, were there. I want to go back to the original question, and I got waylaid all of that. And sorry about that, Rebecca. Do I not think that another glacier is coming? Well, I don't know where we are in the cycle. I think we're still a little early in the cycle, but let's imagine for a moment, and this is a thought I've had for quite a while, let's imagine for a moment that man-made climate change with all the carbon that we are spewing, bazillions of tons every single year, is definitely changing the climate. I don't think any credible scientist is in disagreement with that. What if that was holding back the coming ice age? It could be a good thing, or it could be, as they suspect, a really bad thing. So I don't know, but that's the cycles that we're talking about. And my guess is we're too early in that 20,000 year cycle, because we've only been around in the Holocene for, 12, 15,000 years. So that means if it's like the last one, we've got another 5,000 to go. So better get our what together get it under control so that we as human beings can keep going for a bit longer. Okay. Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you later. Bye.